Bang. Fingerpod of D. Finger Pop Your D, episode number 25.
I like that. New name.
Finger Pop Your D, episode 25. I'm Andrew. He's Jimmy Bones. We're going to finger pop your D for the next hour here.
All night long.
All meat. Oh, yeah, all meat. No bread, no water, just meat in this. Yeah. You want your D finger pop?
Drink again. We'll do
all
it.
Right.
We got it.
So, got a few news things. Got some news. What about yous?
News. What do you got?
Didn't really talk about it. You can chime in. We can chime in. Nothing super exciting.
Nervous about Liv. Jesus,
yeah.
I don't want to know.
Here we go.
She's too good.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So, new It Girl, Hollywood's new It Girl. Number one, good looking woman. Number two, look exactly like Margot Robbie. And how old is Margot now? Has Hollywood ran her fucking withered already? Or what?
She's probably passed. And those failed movies didn't help.
True. Liv, I think, is probably one of those talents who is maybe just a how would you put it? She is a result of her environment, I guess, where just being seen and how well she plays her character has probably driven interest up in movie roles.
Yeah.
Because she is like a lifelong wrestling fan. One of those like wanted to be a pro wrestler. To my understanding, like she's got all these old vintage shirts that I've seen her, whether it's a thing or not, I don't know. I'm sure that there's been like clips of her or pictures of her at events when she was a child. She's 30 years old.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And Margot's 34, like, which blows my mind. They're only 4 years apart.
Yeah.
Liv looks so much younger. I don't know why. Liv looks, I don't know. She looks way younger.
But honestly, like her ability to act at her character, like I've said this before, I hate her fucking guts because of that character.
Yeah.
She just does it so well. On the downside, I'm wondering if that's why we've got Steph, we've got Julia, we've got Roxanne. And if that was the push to get Becky back. Whether Becky wanted to come back or not, or was ready or not. Because they feel like they're losing Liv here long term. Like, yeah. Like to the sense that we might not see her again, which
is horrible to think.
She's been the best. She's been the best. Best women's, the face of the women's roster for the last year and a half, in my mind, but by a large margin.
Well, and she's made so many top 10 lists. Even like she's it for a lot of people.
In such a short time. Well, I guess she's been in the company for 10 years or something.
Yeah.
She started in NXT 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to find her spot.
Right. Yeah. Got hurt quite a few times.
Blue tongue with a sucker. Like old Liv was pretty hard to watch.
It's very true. Roxanne took that gimmick and made it better, essentially. Or Cora Jade, even.
Yeah.
Or in Alexa Bliss, even, right? It all has kind of evolved. It's all the same. They're all the same character.
Yeah.
So, not the same, but similar path, similar kind of shtick, essentially. Yeah.
The bad
It's
girl.
unfortunate.
The bad girl.
But that would explain, right? That's Stephanie's second week in a row on Raw.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her advertised for tonight's NXT, and I didn't see her on the show before we started our regularly scheduled program.
No, and weird pairings between those girls too, right? It's almost like they're testing them out. Like, what are we doing with these? Like Julia and Roxanne is so weird.
Yeah, I think we're testing like Julia and Rhea and Julia and Io, right? Like those are the matchups I want to see.
Yeah,
personally, I don't give a shit about Roxanne and Rhea. The match was fine, but I don't really.
Good for.
It was right. Roxanne is so good in the ring with.
Yeah,
she's like Lyra, right? What she lacks in size makes up in the technical stuff and the ability to play kind of well, not that Lyra doesn't do this, but Roxanne can kind of play that chicken shitty kind of heel and get the offense in and run away, right? So but I'd love to see Julia and Io.
I think they're building. They gotta build towards that.
Julia and Rhea, because Rhea won't be afraid to take a hit, and Julia can say, "Well, fuck, I can finally lay my shit in here."
Yeah,
I think that'll be good. I think it'll be great.
I think Rhea can throw her around. She'll take it. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. Just because I want to, look at this guy's face. Can we see this guy's face?
Looks like bald Jake the Snake.
Yeah, this guy over here is like, what the fuck in the back? Edge says here, I don't care about this is about fans. I don't care about the reaction besides the live reaction. Well, this is the reaction of the live reaction. Here, Adam.
They're cringing, yeah.
There has been nobody besides the two people that performed the spot that are standing up for the spot. You have veterans like Bully, RVD was against it. Stevie Richards was against it. I'm sure all these other Lance Storm probably didn't have anything to say about it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think here. Who else? After the first initial reactions, I was like, well, they're just gonna tear this apart. But now we're seeing this, yesterday
for the crowd.
Oh, I did it. The crowd, they get it. No, they don't. No, they don't. Yeah. This guy is sitting front row at an AEW show because he likes professional wrestling. Not because unless he was given the tickets on a radio fucking show. Who knows? Here, wear this t-shirt also. Wear our generic logo
Make-A-Wish
t-shirt.
Grandpa.
Yeah. But
and who cares?
We don't need to go
rating?
into this again. Yeah, we don't need to go into this again about dead horse now. Similar to the Death Riders storyline is a dead horse, but just found it so delusional. Why are you saying this?
Yeah.
You're better than this. I've lost so much respect for him as a wrestler and as a performer since he left.
Yeah.
I know my opinion doesn't mean fuck all to these to the people themselves, but I know I'm not the only one. The only other news tidbit. Now, you probably haven't seen this. So the Smashing Machine is a movie, is a biopic now, I guess, about Mark Kerr, who was a MMA fighter before UFC got popular.
Yeah, and I don't know much about him. I just know that supposedly Rock looks like very similar to him.
Or he does.
Which is scary.
He looks, pretty close. The Rock's definitely bulked up for the role again. That's why it probably hasn't been on TV. Unless this was before. I don't know when they finished filming. But, so, they did a documentary that I've watched called The Smashing Machine. Mark Kerr fucking did it himself in 2002. Like actual Mark Kerr. He's not dead. He's only like 58 years old or something.
So he did his own documentary.
That's right. So then I watched the trailer of this today. And some article had it touting Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's first Oscar win. Potential first Oscar win. And I'm thinking to myself, the clips that I've seen in this trailer are literally all in the actual documentary. So this pretentious asshole could potentially win an Oscar for playing a guy who isn't dead, who already did the same movie.
So just copying the actual documentary. Let me just copy this scene for scene.
Like, can I borrow your homework?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Ego, like to be that rich. I don't
know. Maybe I'm wrong and the movie is significantly different, but a large portion of the clips I distinctly recall being in the documentary. So what the fuck are we doing? Dwayne?
Yeah.
You've pissed everybody off with your reply to fucking LaGreca about how everything's work with your bullshit comments.
Which everyone knows. You don't have to say it. Like,
it's like,
we get it. It's still stupid writing.
It's awful. Why do you think that after WrestleMania, there was no mention of Cody?
Yeah.
Because Hunter is like, we've fucking buried this poor fucking guy who carried the company for a year. This storyline that we were insisted on writing to with Dwayne and Brian probably. All of a sudden, now we buried the fucking guy in a shit match with Travis Scott.
Yeah.
And now Cody's probably like, well, fuck, I don't want to show up on TV now. I want to break after having to endure what you've done to me.
You need that time to recover, to come back, so the crowd's not like, oh.
Well, that's just it. And even then, it's like, why? I don't think it's the right time for the Randy thing yet.
That was so soon? I was shocked.
Yeah, I don't think it's the right time. Like I said before, I think Randy should have been the guy to beat John at the end of John's run here. So Randy could then lose it to Cody.
Special. Yeah.
Right? Because as it stands right now, I believe, what did ESPN probably leak today, that there's a Saturday Night's main event on December 28th. So
that looked horrible.
Awful
so
list. Like none of that's going to happen. Like, why would he fight fucking Jey Uso? Fuck out of here.
And title for title, or like, makes no sense. Unless he's like, I want your title too. No, he doesn't care about that title.
Yeah. So,
bad list, you're right? Like, that was
right,
such
and
a
it's
shitty
like he's
list.
not going to lose the title on Saturday night's fucking main event. Fuck out of here.
Here you go, Cody. Here you go, Cody.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Anyways.
Weird.
Well, let's go over SmackDown first, since it was, I think, the superior show. Well, some things were the superior show. Let's close this window and this one so I don't confuse me. So SmackDown, yeah, you're right. It opens with Randy and John again. 25 years these two have been wrestling each other, which doesn't make sense, though, because like unless it was all in, well, obviously it was all in OVW.
Yeah,
because John didn't debut until
class of 2002. Was he after that? He was a couple years after.
He debuted with bald Kurt Angle, right? And Kurt was bald after 2002 for sure.
Yeah.
Had to have been 04. Had to be what?
Yeah.
Ruthless Aggression was 04, right? So that's what it was.
Yeah.
I think Randy was a hair before him. But anyways. This was kind of, well, this was a better promo than what John has kind of been shooting in the past. I don't want to go through the whole thing, but he did totally shred a kid. Totally shredded this kid and his dad in the crowd, which we'll discuss this also with this new Dangerous Alliance team, but John's just going to turn into one of these cool heels.
Yeah.
Similar to Seth and Braun and everything, right? There's no heels that you literally fucking hate anymore.
Yeah.
Short of Logan Paul. And I guess the New Day.
And I don't know, when I hear, like, when he calls out the crowd like that too so much, I find the crowd likes it when people talk about them.
Well, they do. It's like when The Rock would always say, you know, back in his early rock song days, when it's Hollywood gimmick.
Yeah.
You know, I'm leaving Sacramento. You got some fat ass women, and right, and the crowd would pop.
Yep. And it just seems Cena's doing that, right? Like, the more you talk about the crowd, they're gonna like it. From what I read, it's just the crowd shitting on them.
Yeah. So basically, Randy's first part of his promo was, you know, you did all you were, you know, the epitome of hustle, loyalty, respect. You were a good guy forever. You did all this because, you know, you wanted the world to be a better place. I think you need to have kids, man. Whether this was a shot at the Total Divas clip or the Total Divas thing, who knows? But
so good.
I really liked the way Randy carried himself in this promo. You could see him kind of spiraling into, you know, 2010's Viper, kind of.
Yeah.
Towards the end of it. Randy even said, what kind of parallel universe or whatever are we in, where I'm the good guy and you're the bad guy?
Yes.
Which also very cool to point out, because there's probably a lot of fans in these arenas that didn't know that Randy and John had fought for literally probably an 8-year span on TVs.
It was like overboard for a while there. It was like
it was painful. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
Like I had to take a break.
So many. Just be random too. Like, oh, these guys are fighting again. Cool.
Right. It's the same with when HBK and Hunter started going at it again, but they included Kevin Nash. It was like, well, this is fucking awful.
It's even worse with Kevin.
Yeah. Hunter and Kevin's Hell in the Cell match was good, but great. No, it was passable. But still, it was like, I don't want to see. Please at least add somebody else. That's why the Benoit match at Mania was so fucking good. But I digress. Anyways, Cena then just, talks about, kind of goes back into his shtick that he was doing about the fans and a dysfunctional relationship. And that's why this doesn't work. And that's why I'm going to ruin wrestling. Randy said, I'm not going to let you ruin wrestling for what it has provided me, my family for 3 generations. Yeah. And mentioned how Cody's song said there's more than one royal family, then referred to his family, right? So at least Randy's trying to tell the story a little bit, and maybe that's why they went to this, because it's so fresh that they could push this narrative. And maybe that's Cena's progression as he goes to retire, is these veterans that maybe have, whether they're a second generation or just, guys like Punk that have been around for so long. Maybe that's the idea. I'm interested to see where they go, obviously, but just as long as Cody is not till the end of the story.
Well, it's weird to me though, even mentioning the 17-time thing, and like I don't like the whole like I'm just gonna ruin it and take the title home so you can't ever have it again. It's just so quick for Randy to be doing this, like you said. I don't know if I like it. We don't have a choice, but like
we don't, and I don't like it. I'd prefer if it was Randy at the end, but I guess who else is there right now?
Unless there's a big one at the end. Yeah, there's no one really right now to
right. Who really else can tie Cody to John as well as Randy at this point, so fresh off of and maybe they circle back around to Randy at the end.
Yeah, that's true. Because there's no other threat right now.
No, regardless, this title ends back up on Cody at Mania next year. I would,
for sure.
If there was a betting line, I'd put $100 on it right now. Maybe more. Maybe 105.
And just make that money.
That's right.
Well, the odds are so good.
I would like to see Randy get one, so he's solely in second place. But so he passes Hunter.
Yeah, just to throw it in his face.
Or he'd be in third place now. Sorry. It's too obvious. Randy, wins in St. Louis though. So whatever. Cody probably returns. Maybe Cody's the third man. Maybe Cody sold his soul. Boom. Costs Randy the match.
Gets his soul back from The Rock.
I don't ever want to see Dwayne on my TV again.
No.
To be very honest, especially I don't ever fucking want to see him again.
It'd make no sense.
Next match, we get a Fraxium vignette saying that, they're on SmackDown instead of just blindly introducing them, which I thought was so stupid.
Good surprise.
Right? Like, have Los Garza come out first and then be like, have Santos cut a promo or something about, we need to prove ourselves against the order. And then boom, these guys come out.
Yeah.
Whatever. And the match was very good. Early on in the match, Frazier was running the ropes. It sounded like somebody missed a few bolts, and every time he hit the ropes, you could hear it rattling. Quite loud, actually. It's like indie level loud. Like
that's scary because he's fast.
Yeah. At least he's not heavy like Braun would be if he was running the ropes.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a very good match, right? These guys are so crisp. This is a great team that you need to highlight Los Garza, or that you can use to highlight Los Garza as well.
Well, they're good.
They're
I like
great.
those two.
The SmackDown Tag Division, it's like the SmackDown Tag Division is gold and the Raws is bronze. Whereas the Raws Women's Division now is like fucking platinum.
Yeah.
And the SmackDown's ones is like, for now, it's kind of like bronze, right? We don't know where Bianca is. She's hurt, but if she'll stay there or not. But
it's very spread out.
I would guess maybe the tease with Lash Legend saying she's going on her own. Maybe she's going up to the main.
SmackDown could use her for sure. Because Raw's
Jade
stacked with women.
Cargill, Lash Legend, Naomi, Bianca, Nia Jax. Got something trend. I put my
Some
finger
big,
on it.
strong women.
Yeah, that's
like it. Big, strong women. Nice hair.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll
Dark
work.
hair.
Dark hair.
Dark
well,
hair.
not Jade's is. I'll come up.
Natural
That's
hair color. Yeah.
But this was a good match. Fun match. Very crisp. These guys are all very good. Really, like, there's just almost too many tag teams. And I don't know how you're able to get them all ring time on TV while still building a contender without having like 8-man tag matches all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, give
Right,
Raw at least one or two.
Yeah, I guess DIY is old, right? So they need more rest time. Motor City's old, so they need more rest time. Especially after this match coming up. Then we get kind of a surprise Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill match. Pretty like shitty talking segment, you know. Didn't really say much from Tiff, but then Cargill interrupts her. Cargill pushed her narrative pretty good. Saying that she finished business with Naomi. You got a big target on your back. Just because you beat Charlotte doesn't mean you're the best. Especially when you haven't faced me, Jade said. Jade can have good matches if she just gets more ring time. That's all it is.
Well,
I think she could have great matches against all these women.
Yeah. If she's comfortable in the ring, right? It's just getting in those repetition. She'll get there. She was really good at Mania compared to what she's been. Big
time. Yeah. And I thought this match was okay. There was a spot where it's like they kind of forgot what they were doing because these two are still young, right? I think we've mentioned it before. They just don't really know how to carry a match each on their own yet, I don't think. Yeah. So there was one section where I think they both traded spine busters like 3 times in a row.
It's like 2K25.
Yeah.
Let me hit that.
Yeah.
Let me keep hitting this.
But Jade goes to kind of get the upper hand, and then Naomi comes in and attacks Jade. So I guess that isn't over.
Which is smart. I'm so happy.
Yeah. It shouldn't be. I don't think the blow off should have been Mania. Probably Backlash though, I would assume. Unless this is going to lead into a tag match, since shortly after that, Tiffany is viciously attacked by Nia Hogan.
My queen.
Yeah, with her big running leg drop. Brother.
I was playing her on 2K25 and it's even slow on there. I was like, oh no. The bloodline storyline. I'm like, oh, this is awful. Oh.
Yeah, hits the leg drop. You know, Nia's facials are so funny. She's so good at it. Just the way she like mock dances and everything is so stupid. I love it.
She's comfortable. Like she's like Liv, right? Where she's comfortable in the ring, and she can improvise. I love it. I do like Nia. Nia, as slow as sometimes awful as she is, I like Nia.
You know, she attacks Tiff. I just don't want Nia to be going after Tiffany, but I guess that is still open, right? Tiffany cashed. Nia left on a couple month break. So
running leg drop.
Running leg drop, brother.
No cigarette though.
Yeah. No cigarette. Running leg drop, smoking a cig, and then a bonsai drop. She has the whole WrestleMania 9 moveset, minus the sharpshooter.
Now, does her and Naomi aren't no signs of them being an item?
They kind of teased it in the back in a segment later on.
Okay.
Naomi just said, or Nia said, "You'll stay out of my way." And Naomi said, as long as you proceed with caution." Well, enough is enough. You'll proceed with caution.
All these gimmicks being recycled.
Yeah. Next, we had a quick Jacob solo LA Knight Drew McIntyre segment. I didn't listen to much of this, except when Jacob got on the mic. He's so good. Crowd pops every time he speaks. He kind of cut Solo off here. That they're eventually this is gonna be Jacob and Solo, probably at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I would assume
for the title.
For the US title. Yeah. As it sits right now, well, this was later in the show, right? Drew talked about, wants to fight the baddest dog in the yard, and Drew says, "Jacob, I want to fight you," and of course the crowd pops. That match would be sick. It would be crazy.
So what happened with I guess Damian Priest isn't the baddest dog?
Well, Damian Priest,
he took care of him.
He did, yeah. We'll get to Priest here later on. Aldis comes out and gives LA Knight and Drew McIntyre 1-on-1. The winner is the #1 contender.
Yeah, for the US title. That kind of bugged me, but I get it. Gotta do something with Drew.
Yeah, get LA Knight. Like, how about the other guy in the ring now? Make it Solo and Jacob, or Solo and Drew.
Yeah.
Or something, right?
Even Drew is so good, but I guess we put him in the US title ranks now.
Well, he's really got nowhere to go, right? He can't fight John because there's no world title on fucking SmackDown.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Randy is SmackDown, but
so John just kind of, he's gonna fight 2 people next 6 months. So
yeah, true. Well, then he's got a tag match with Travis Scott.
Huge.
Next match is Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega. Now, this surprised the shit out of me. The match wasn't great. I think Chelsea was having a bit of an off night.
Was she feeling it? Like she knew?
It's almost as if she knew she was losing the title. Yeah. Which explains, now in hindsight, why maybe she was having an off night. Basically, Zelina kind of out of nowhere picks up Code Red and pins her.
And it should have been good because they know each other so well.
Chelsea sold it, but
Yeah.
Right? Maybe not being on Mania and now having your time cut to, I think it was maybe like a 5-minute match.
So
and now you're not the
that
champion.
would be pretty disheartening. Yeah, she's so over too. Like, give me some respect, guys.
A little surprising. Maybe this was Aleister's clause in his contract. Give Zelina, give my wife a title and I'll resign.
I could see it. He'd be like,
Shortly
yeah, it won't
after,
be a main title.
No, yeah, exactly. Shortly after, The Miz comes out. He's talking to Mello in the back and says, I gotta go call somebody out. You stay here. I was really hoping this wasn't going to be the time, but yes, here's The Miz.
Yeah.
Talks about random bullshit nobody gives a fuck about from 2007.
Yeah.
And then Aleister comes out. His presentation is still super rad. I love it.
Yeah. I watched that and it's the old school like NXT music and raise up. Perfect. Keep it.
And of course just kicks Miz in the face.
Awesome first feud.
Yeah, so now he gets to beat Miz next week in probably seconds, leading to a program with Carmella, which is great.
Yeah.
I guess you had to get there somewhere, or get there somehow, but why not just have Carmelo in the ring issuing an open challenge? Right?
Yeah. At least Miz gets his head kicked in.
That's right. Yeah. Maybe he's wrote off TV. Oh no, maybe he'll be written off TV next week. Next we had our Drew versus LA Knight match. I don't give a shit about any of this match until at the end when Solo and Jacob come out. And Jacob beats the shit out of everyone until Damian Priest all of a sudden shows up. Actually, Jacob wasn't out yet, I don't think. Anyways. Why is Damian Priest here? You fell from the top rope through 2 tables. And you got your head literally kicked off with that claymore. The foot hit the chair that smashed you right in the face, like right in the head.
Yeah. You'd think a couple weeks at least.
Seriously.
At least
and you're here 6 fucking days later. Or 7, I guess. 6 days later. 5 days later.
Protecting his friend LA Knight? Helping his friend LA Knight, I guess?
I guess, right? So I'm wondering if this has now, because of the success of the multi-mans that happened at Mania, if they're going to try to ride this wave a little bit. Because the triple threat on night 1 was excellent. Yeah. The triple threat that opened night 2 was incredible. Dave Meltzer's first 5-star women's match. I don't know if you've seen that. Was Rhea, Io, Bianca. No.
Yeah. Wow. So no AEW has ever got that?
No.
Have they got that? Okay. Yeah. There we go.
No, in New Japan either. I'm certain I read that it was Dave's first 5-star women's match.
Well, it was fantastic.
It was a 5-star match.
It really was.
Yeah. And then the Fatal 4-0 is awesome. Fucking great.
Yeah.
So I could see this being a great Fatal 4-way, right? Jacob, Drew, Priest, and LA Knight, I guess.
But see, then I would really like to see the tag team called Night Priest, and they're just like badass.
LA Knight comes out in purple and black with spikes and eyeliner on. All rise for the Night Priest.
Yeah, and just like fake the vampire teeth, just like
The glow in the dark ones.
Oh, come on, let's at least for Halloween. At least for Halloween, let's do Night Priest.
For the Night Priest. I want to suck your blood, yeah.
Drive to the ring in a car, just great. I'd love it. Come on.
Priest, LA Knight has his hair slicked back like fucking Dracula.
Just so bad.
One BFT. Two BFT.
What a tag team. Fuck,
they come out to Monster Mash.
Because it is a mashup. The weirdest mashup ever.
We did the mash. Oh my god.
Looking at those days. Okay, good team. I like it. Let's write it.
I'll get a hold of Hunter after this. Oh no, that's a Road Dogg idea for sure.
Right? Yeah, that is. He's done worse.
Yeah. And then we're running out of time here. There's too much to talk about in this TLC match. This is the third best TLC match I've ever seen. See, prosthetic leg spot.
So good.
Fucking great. Spear from the ladder through a table. If you haven't seen the match, it's uploaded on WWE's channel already. The full match. So
it seems like they're proud of it, eh? Like, I don't. Who is this? Like,
it was uploaded like less than 2 hours after the event, after the show.
Wow. Were Street Profits the stars of the match, or was there?
They all were. They all literally all were. Yeah. Wow. It was just, so there was some audibles being called that were perfect, right with the leg. It was great. It was like, it was fluid. It was in the motion. Montez was like bang bang. Montez probably was the star of the match. Fuck, he's good. Oh, awesome. He's good.
He is so good. Jeez.
This was 6 guys that said, "Oh, you left us off Mania? Fuck you, watch this." And they gave him 30 minutes. This was a 30-minute match.
So this could have been in place of like the other tag match.
Yeah. And, the main event of night 2. I'm just trying to see online. There's SmackDown. How long it is the match they uploaded. Yeah, so 23:27 plus entrances, 30 minutes. Yeah.
Nice.
Because I don't think they're going to show the entrances in this video. No, they don't.
That's a good chunk of time, though.
Excellent chunk of time. So we're running out of time, speaking of chunks. So if you haven't seen the match, definitely go. We can zip over to Raw now, since we only have 15 minutes left, and that's about all this fucking episode of Raw was worth.
It was slow.
Oh boy. I will say that it was an excellent women-centric match. I thought everything done with the women in this entire episode was great. Short of one little thing in the Lyra Becky part. It opened with Seth and the crew coming out.
Yeah.
A little disappointed he still has the same music.
Yeah.
They need to kill that immediately. Because towards the end of this promo and at the end of the night, Seth had completely 180'd and was playing like a devious dickhead of a heel.
Yeah.
And he needs to do that.
And the
If he
crowd, but the
doesn't know
crowd still
how,
loves him.
if he doesn't know how, he needs to ask Paul, or needs to say, Paul, make me the hated guy, because I can't do it on my own. And this suits Paul so much better. I unfortunately can see Roman start to get booed again since he's babyface.
And he's not a good babyface.
He's not. He's really not.
Yeah. That egocentric Roman is so good. I that's who I love.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he was sitting there at that contract signing, when he's grinning and like, you know, singing. Yeah,
exactly.
That was great. That's perfect Roman.
So Sami comes out, you know, it was just, how are you different than the bloodline? How are you different than all these guys? Sami Punk is saying. And Seth says, look, I can give you the benefit of the doubt since we've been friends forever, you know, our kids play, trying to, you know, guilt Sami essentially. Pull some strings. We'll get you off Monday Night Raw. We'll get you a title shot. To the winner of John and Randy. Of course, Sami pondering it. We all know what the answer is going to fucking be.
Yeah.
By the end of the show.
I'm just so sick of Sami.
Playing this underdog.
I know that's probably not popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so over it, and it's probably not popular, but I'm not into it.
I'm also not very receptive to this where they're going with this, because I feel like we've just done this.
Yeah.
With
it's
Gunther,
the same facials, same everything.
It's the same everything. His work in the ring is bar none.
Yeah.
He looks like he's in fantastic Ramadan shape.
Yes.
But I just can't watch the same gimmick again.
Yeah.
Like the same story again. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost as if, you know, maybe he needs to just conform and join Seth.
That'd be more entertaining.
A report came out today, though, that says they're not going to add another guy for the time being. So who knows?
Yeah, which I found weird, but okay.
Next we had Rhea and Roxanne. We discussed this already, though.
Yeah. Yep.
Julia's a babe. Get her on my TV at all times. I would assume we're gonna get Rhea and Io against Julia and Roxanne here next week.
Yes.
Or for Backlash or something, maybe. I mean, they already have 2 matches for Backlash, and one of them is a match that shouldn't fucking be on the card.
It's Pat Gunther? Yeah.
Yeah. But it also seems like Io's running the NXT gauntlet here now, also, since she was on there tonight, teaming with
with Jordan
Grace against. Why can't I think of it?
Roxanne Julia. No,
on NXT. It was Roxanne? No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. And it's really weird because Roxanne and Julia work great, but why Jordan's thrown into Rhea's spot, basically. It's very strange.
Is that match already over?
It's on still right now. On Netflix, it's back in 38 seconds. So I don't know how all of a sudden Jordan and Io.
Well, yeah, because they said. Yeah. But why are Roxanne and Julia back down here when they just said that they were permanently called up? This is fucking weird.
I know, it's just like either do the split or don't. I don't know. Yeah. Do some sort of contract thing where it's like, this is official. Here's a contract. Cool. Like every other sport.
A&W greasy. It's hot in this room. We got to get through this here.
Well, our next number one contender isn't so great, but this will be weird too.
Yeah, I'm sure this will be a Backlash. This is terrible. Why is Jey Uso dressing like this now too? Why did you win the champion and now you're dressed like a bum, like a fan? Just a black or a white wife beater and some sweatpants.
Yeah. At least wear your shirts. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about this entire thing. I'm skipping discussing it. I don't fucking want to see Logan Paul in his 4th match ever for his 2nd world title.
Yeah, what did you do to deserve
or whatever,
this? I
his
don't know.
6th match ever. Like, yeah, you did nothing. You beat AJ Styles. Great.
Yeah. Who's won nothing lately. So
who by the sounds of it, from a promo or from a segment later on in the show, is fighting Dom for the IC title. Right? You don't just get to fight fucking world champion Logan Paul.
No. It should have been a greasy win in like a elimination type match, whatever.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank even. Money in the Bank. Win that
if he
greasy
wins Money in the
Bank. Hopefully not now. Maybe they got this out of the way. Maybe he's got a busy
match. We're like, oh yeah, the Judgment Day is gonna wrestle. Fucking right. Oh, cool. Against the War Raiders.
Well, Raw is War. Don't forget.
Yeah. What's the opposite word of? The opposite word of charisma could be repulsion, repellent. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Unalluring.
War Raiders are pretty repellent.
Repugnant and repellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Repulsive and revolting. Lots of R words. To be honest, I love JD and I do like Finn. I couldn't watch this.
No.
I think I was doing a mission in the Division 2 when this match was happening. So can't say I'm overly interested in whatever the fuck is going on in Raw's tag division, to be honest. Like, why isn't Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne? Like, where are they? What are we doing?
Yeah.
If Gunther comes back, put him and Kaiser together again.
Hell, throw Pete with them. Throw Pete and Tyler. Do some sort of like United Empire type stuff with them.
Bring back Imperium or United Imperium or Imperium Empire.
Yeah. Do something very cool like that.
Or that shitty what was the there was a Survivor Series team that Jim Cornette managed. Oh, they talked about in the Ludwig Borga episode. What were they called? The Un-Americans? Or the Non-Americans or something? No, the Un-Americans was Christian and Jericho. And Lance Storm or something, wasn't it?
Let me look.
It'd be like Survivor Series 94 or 95.
Not the anti-Americans.
You look that up. I'll keep digging through the shit here.
Yeah.
Next we had a Becky Lynch and Lyra segment. Becky comes out, says the man is what? Did you find it?
Not Camp Cornette. Not Camp Cornette, was it? Because
it wasn't Camp Cornette.
Because I know that was a villainous stable. Oh God, I can't find it. What years? 95?
Maybe it was 96. No, it wasn't 96.
Okay. I'll find it.
Just got to find out when Tony Holm was in World. Maybe it was 93, actually. Fuck.
And that's going
the
back
Foreign
to
Fanatics against the All Americans.
Okay.
There it is. It was 93.
Foreign Fanatics. That's a great name, though.
Yeah, that could
I don't
be
mind Foreign Fanatics.
Yeah, that could be Gunther's new shtick.
Well, the Fanatics.
Jeez. Oh, we got a new follower. Look at that. It's another bot. Good stuff.
Hey, thanks for joining. What's her name? Zahara Biggies?
I closed it.
Oh.
So anyways, Becky comes out. I've examined the evidence. It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
Yes. That was a copy. Total copy. And it was me. Like, yeah. Okay, Becky.
That woman has attacked me since 2019 and not one time. Yeah. So just like Bailey, she's going out here like, everybody, please like me. I'm wearing your t-shirt. True. True. Yep. Very true. Nothing Becky said in this promo was wrong.
That is true.
The man gimmick needs to be different. I would love to see big time, like a iteration of big time Bex, though. I love the outfits, especially if they ever want to compete with her husband and his $13,500 fucking jacket he was wearing yesterday.
Oh, it was nice though. It really was nice. I enjoyed it. I'd wear it.
I'd wear it. Hell yeah. That brings me to Lyra. You know, once I left, she just latched onto Becky. But she was compromised. She was already a loser. Bailey made her a loser. So then Lyra flutters out, coos out of the back. Coo, I'm a bird. Lyra says, Bailey warned me that you would step on anyone's throat if it meant you getting ahead. Yeah, that doesn't work for me, brother.
Yep.
She says the illusion of Becky Lynch is dead. And I am about to make you pay. This is the part of the segment I didn't like. Lyra was like, where are you going? You're going to run away? You want a match? You got it. You want this title? You're on, right? She didn't even, it was like, do you want my car? Yeah, take it. Here, do you want my paycheck? Buy, yeah, have that too. Right? It's like she wasn't giving any time, just the way it was.
But it was like the longest promo she's done, though.
It was.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know why.
100%.
Like, oh my goodness.
She's usually
totally
cooing
that Irish
and cawing.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally that Irish yapping. Just
imagine hearing these two after a couple of pints of Guinness in the bar, going after it.
Yikes.
Shut the hell up, Becky. Right? So.
Yeah.
And then she says, already know I'm a better wrestler than you. Which is true.
Well, they had that NXT feud, so.
Yeah. So I guess we get to watch this happen, and then we get to see Bailey and Becky.
Which I'm okay with that. Maybe Sasha can come watch.
Oh, she probably will.
I support my friends. I'm going to unfollow you.
There was a segment earlier on also. Anyways, Becky attacks Lyra at the end. Anyways, kind of sneaks back out. And, gets the upper hand again. But there was a segment earlier on where backstage thing where Penta and Chad Gable were talking about El Grande Americano. So I think
and your brother.
Yeah.
That was great.
Gable's great, yeah.
So good.
What did he say?
The boat brother, like the useless brother.
Yeah, good to see your useless brother blew the big one or something at WrestleMania.
To El Grande.
It was seeing his useless brother go down to El Grande Americano. That's what he said. And then like, calls him a pendejo.
Yeah, hey pendejo. Good match though when those two really start going. I hope it's like a series of matches. And I'm sure
I would love to see a best of 7 where Chad has to sub out with El Grande because he's hurt or not feeling well or something. Wouldn't that be gold?
Oh, yeah. I have someone to take my place.
Rusev promo. He really basically said AEW is the abyss.
Yeah, that's what I got out of it. Yeah. And he found himself after putting up with all the Tony's bullshit. He found himself.
What did he say about his wife too? They're together again, but I thought he said
which is
that lady. Did he say his lady? Let's just read this whole thing quick here. I thought he said something about a lady. Go to the abyss, and then the abyss where I heal myself, redeem myself, fix myself in that hell. I realize I will no longer fight for a woman that's not mine.
Which is good.
Yeah. So, got a little bit of Rusev lore there, if you will.
She's still Bobby Lashley's.
I wonder. I would love to see him. I don't know who he can fight. Yeah, like kill somebody, and then I'd love to see him and Bronson too. Oof.
Yes,
we need Bronson back ASAP.
Yeah, because the big guys are so talented, and like I know, well, Braun's on SmackDown, right? But still, like you could have some great matches. I know Rusev could throw any of those guys around. Yeah.
Oh yeah, lots of meat kicking around now.
Yeah, I can't wait till he throws Otis around. Like honestly, I can't wait. Otis drives me crazy, but I'll like that.
Now, this is what we talked about this a little bit earlier as well with Stephanie. She should be able to wrestle. Shape? Yeah, the shape is just very. About that devil's kiss is really. Is it hot in here?
Well, now.
She's one bad little sister. Oh, yes, man.
And Pat even mentions that, or someone did, eh? Like, we need Booker here.
Yeah, Pat did, yeah. Last week when she did that move, the crowd started chanting Booker T.
Yeah, yeah.
What does everybody want?
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
This was a great match. Go ahead, sorry.
I forgot to say, Taker came out with his guys from LFG on NXT. So why can't Booker, if these older guys are sticking around a bit, Booker could manage or have a stable. So I mean, cool. I would watch that if he was Stephanie's kind of mouthpiece. Just on a tangent.
But yeah, Charmel. Yeah.
Yeah.
The opposite roles, yeah. This was an excellent match. Ivy Nile is so fucking good. I'd like to see her against Jordan Grace.
Yeah. There should be
if only there was a mid-card title for women that she could maybe win. She'll have to beat Becky or fucking Bailey for it, though.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah. I thought this was probably one of the lesser Stephanie matches. It was either that or Ivy just looked so fucking much better than usual. I don't know. Ivy was fucking great in this match, though. Very
and they
impressive.
made her seem like an actual like a threat, right? That's what I liked, is that it was like, okay, Ivy's actually keeping up with her, and she didn't look weak. She didn't look. It wasn't like a squash.
No, it wasn't.
That was kind of nice.
One thing I noticed about Steph is the selling maybe needs a little bit of work.
Okay, yeah.
Unless that's part of her gimmick, where she's this like, you know, satanic badass that, you know, laughs at pain instead of sells it.
Yeah.
Let's see that devil's kiss again, shall we? But yeah, very good match, I thought. The dragon screw off the fucking second turnbuckle. I love it. Love the dragon screw. I wish. Somebody else did a dragon screw. Oh, no, it wasn't a dragon screw, but Roxanne was working on Rhea's legs too, right? Perfect shit. Like, let's see that. Let's see some more of that.
Like some intelligence in it. Yeah.
Every young wrestler should watch Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect matches.
Yeah.
Once a week until they can figure out the fucking psychology of a technical match.
Great thing was on LFG, AJ brought up Mr. Perfect. He said, you guys should be, you know, he lived his gimmick.
That's right.
Which is so smart. So at least these guys are learning about this stuff, which is good.
We only got one number one fan on the podcast appearance that I could see of Karrion Kross.
A little weird.
Poking into Sami again. Hope you make the right decision.
Yeah. For a guy who's supposed to be getting more time.
Yeah. He will. He fucking will. Zip through the rest of this here.
Yeah.
It's not much left.
But...
Yeah, so Pat comes out, cuts a... I thought it was a very good promo, to be honest. It's passionate. Yep. It was...
better than some of the lifers.
It was literally better than some of the talent there. Yeah, exactly. It was better than Logan Paul. It was better than like AJ Styles for that matter, right? Like it was quite good.
Yes.
Whether it was written for him or not, whether he wrote him, who knows? It was quite personal, so I would assume he wrote it himself and had it approved. But
yeah, because he made it his own regardless. So that's like Miz or someone where it's like corny. You can tell it's like, ugh.
That's right. That being said, there is no world where this guy should be presented as a threat to Gunther.
No.
This shouldn't be on a pay-per-view.
No.
This should be on maybe a Saturday night's main event. If, like he said, like his name is known in every city in America, well, then put him on fucking cable TV in a match.
Perfect. And like a 30-second match.
Yeah. And Gunther should drop kick him, power bomb him, and choke him out. And that should be the match.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Hunter as the booker. We don't need to have Shane McMahon be presented as a credible threat to The Undertaker, to Kurt Angle, to the Big Show, right? As he beat. Didn't he pin the Big Show, for fuck's sakes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, after that huge dive or something. It's always been ridiculous.
There was didn't it at one point it was being thrown around that Vince wanted Shane to beat the streak, and Taker was like, absolutely fucking not.
That probably could be a really legit rumor. There was someone ridiculous that he did mention ages ago.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Before that, before the Brock and Even Roman was awful.
It was before the couple of, like, it was earlier. It was before the HBK, the double Triple H. It was before WrestleMania 25. But
what a
so,
mistake.
like, who? Fucking A-Train? Giant Bernard? Yeah. Maybe as Giant Bernard. Yeah. Maybe.
But not Tensai or A-Train for sure.
No. So anyways, Aldous comes out and gives him the match. Like, whatever. Hopefully they add another match because, like you said, this should get 5 minutes max.
Yeah.
Then we get our final segment of the night. Basically, it was Sami Zayn saying, "I'm not leaving." I don't really want to dig too much into this. It's a lot of the same as what was said at the start of Raw, I thought.
Yeah, cut and paste with his decision.
Yeah, I don't have much notes written down for it, to be honest.
No, I got into the match.
Yeah. The match was
Sami, I'm not
typical
joining.
Sami. Exactly. Typical Sami. He gets his shit kicked out of him, tries, does his baby face fight back. There are a lot of people online that think Sami Zayn is the greatest baby face of the last decade. Which maybe in the way that he's always presented as the underdog and can always get people to buy in as he perseveres or gets close to persevering, and people get behind him in that sense.
Yeah.
But the actions and the facials, it's all the same. Every time it's the same, and I'm tired of it.
And I think just the constant losing of all those big matches, I don't ever believe that, I just don't get that feeling from him.
Right?
Yeah.
You beat Gunther, sure, but that was the IC's title, fine.
Yeah.
But are you going to be presented in such a way again if you ever get to fight for a world title? Do we have to watch this again? Or can you come out and say, "I'm Sami fucking Zayn, and I'm going to give you the match of an ROH El Generico and kick the shit out of you"? Like, I don't know. Kevin Owens was the only one able to take all the bumps that Sami was giving him, and that broke Kevin's neck, apparently. So,
yeah. Yeah, he's good. I like Zayn. It's just he's not my number one guy, that's for sure.
No.
But a lot of people like him.
And in the terms of like a pure baby face wrestler, that died when the NWO came in, man.
Yeah.
Short of John Cena. If you take away John Cena, I don't think there is a pure, likable babyface.
No, everyone who's tried, they either got booed or the crowd turns on them.
Right? Like Cody recently, sure, but even at the end of Cody's, he was getting booed.
Yeah.
It's interesting, right? Are the days of the babyface gone?
It's hard to think. Like, even Rey Mysterio, has he ever... I don't remember him being heel. I'm sure he has been. He always seems like a good guy. Like the face. Usually in peril, but yeah.
Right in 06 when he won, that was really like the last big time you seen Rey Mysterio as a babyface. Or he beat John on Raw, remember? Or no, he didn't. He won the world title. What was that fuck? This is when Punk came back.
Oh,
he won the title at a pay-per-view in Attorney.
Yeah.
Then John came back, beat him the next night.
It was like Kane and Stone Cold quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Kane wins it. They get fucking booed out of the building, and Vince is like, oops. Sorry, we got to put this back on Steve, Glenn. We've made a mistake.
Yeah, top guy win. Yeah. Always go to your top guy when that
That's
happens.
right. When in doubt, on your top guy. Yeah. Don't try to reinvent the wheel here.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, they had a match. Braun kicked the shit out of him as he should have. Ref stopped the match. I thought was a good way to end the match.
Cool ending because you don't see that as often, eh? And that's right. What I liked is like neat finish.
Yeah. After the match, Rollins hit Zayn with a massive stomp. I don't think Zayn even put his hands out. Sami just took it, like mushed his face into the mat. Right, because based on the beating last week, that's me saying Punk and Roman wanted a month off.
Yes.
Roman needed another month off. He had a tough schedule.
Need some new blood too.
Yeah, a tough one. Oh yeah, that's right. And I thought that was in remission.
I think so. Jesus, hopefully. I'd always be pumping myself full of something. Yeah,
that's true. If you had the money too, you'd be getting that fucking spin cycle, clean blood all the time.
Yeah, my home dialysis.
Exactly. Yeah, spin my blood and get some more whitener on my teeth.
Yeah, big chompers.
Yeah, I'm not blinding the guy in the front row yet. More whitener. But anyways, that was the show. That's the two shows. That's our show. Kind of ran out of time. Zipped through a bunch. If you do like what you listen, and you like what you see on your camera, I know we're a couple of good-looking dudes. Don't forget to like, subscribe. In the comments, put who you think is the best modern babyface. We'll take your idea. We'll fucking crush it like Rusev because none exist.
Yeah. And we mean modern. Don't give us no 10-year-old shit.
I don't need to know about Bret the Hitman Hart in 1995.
Yeah.
Or the Ultimate Warrior in 91. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Catch you next week with another double show recap because of our casual summer hours. Thank you for watching.
Stay cute.